Hey guys, we're now in the fourth game for this February 3rd NBA Game Day Basketballer Edition. Before we start, I'm just inviting everyone to click on the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet. And please also include that bell logo beside it. Alright, so this is a Western Conference battle, Houston Rockets versus Oklahoma City Thunder. Let's take a look at their standings first before we talk about them. Houston Rockets is actually number 8 in the West with 10 wins and 9 losses. And currently, Houston Rockets actually has the longest winning streak in the NBA. I bet, not all of us knew that, right? They have a 6 game winning streak. And again, that's the longest active winning streak right now in the NBA because Utah Jazz already cut their 11 game winning streak, right? So this is the longest. And Houston Rockets is actually doing this silently, right? Unlike if Utah is having a winning streak, it is always a talk. When Lakers was hot, it was a talk. When 76ers was hot, it was a talk. But Houston Rockets, man, very rare would I actually read about them in the websites or in the magazines or whatnot. But yeah, they're doing it silently, but they're doing it effectively. When they lost James Harden, there were a lot of questions whether they could survive, whether they could actually make it to the playoffs or whatnot. But I guess here's the question: they're loving it, right? They're loving the acquisition of Oladipo and John Wall. They're looking good together, okay? And Christian Wood, he is actually stepping up, and he is actually having his best year of his career. All right, so they're going up against the Oklahoma City Thunder, who is currently number 12 of the West with 8 wins and 11 losses. Sadly for Oklahoma, they have had back-to-back losses, and both losses were, man, double digits. And when I say double digits, like huge deficits. I think they lost against Brooklyn Nets by 22, and I guess they lost against Houston by 30. Wow, 30 points. I didn't even know that it was that. I know it was huge, but I didn't know it was at 30. Well, there you go. So Oklahoma hasn't been playing well lately, and this would actually be the second game of Houston and Oklahoma. They played a couple of nights back. So here we are right again. So this one would be held at Oklahoma. So Oklahoma should be enjoying the home court advantage. This will be at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. That's 9 o'clock a.m. Manila. Oklahoma is given the +6 spread here. Houston -6. Oklahoma obviously had got the home court advantage. Fatigue factor, they should, both should be fine because they had a rest last night. But I'm picking Houston on this. I mean, normally I would pick Oklahoma if there's like a plus like that, +6, +7, because Oklahoma plays hard. Oklahoma doesn't stop playing. Even though they're down by 15, 12. Last minute they don't stop playing. And what happens is that a huge leads at the end of the games just become 7, 6, 5. That's when they I mean the good teams or the better teams are up against Oklahoma. But again, lately Oklahoma City has been losing. They just lost against Houston by 30. They just lost against Brooklyn by 22. Not only that, Houston is really looking good, man. I don't see anyone stopping Christian Wood there. Of course, I'm sure Horford will do his best, but Christian Wood is just really waiting for his opportunities there. John Wall and Oladipo setting him up, and the bench of Houston Rockets, man, they're actually just right there waiting for their numbers to be called. And Eric Gordon off the bench is scoring 17 points a game. DeMarcus Cousins, I'm actually confused whether it's really Cousins or Christian Wood who's starting, but either of the two, it's not gonna matter. Both of them are actually doing well, but of course Christian Wood is doing better. But I'm even surprised on how DeMarcus Cousins is playing. I thought that he would be like this badass DeMarcus Cousins before, but he looks disciplined. He looks that he has accepted his role in the Houston Rockets uniform. and he is ready whenever he is called. And so yeah, I'm picking Houston Rockets on this. They won 2 nights ago by 30 points. Maybe Oklahoma would actually win by by a smaller margin, but I think Houston has enough to cover this -6. So my pick on this one would be Houston Rockets -6. For those who got Facebook accounts, please go to our Facebook page as well, Pass a Baller. Just click on the button that we have on our YouTube account. It'll automatically bring you to our Facebook page. Just follow and like that page. That way you can also send us messages or questions via our messenger account. Stay there. We'll be working on the other games and the other videos. Peace out. Pass I love and God bless.